So let us start with lyophilic and lyophobic colloids. As the name indicates, lyo means liquid, philic means attraction.
सर वो स्क्रीन बंद हो गई शेयर होने
Okay, wait. I'm sharing my screen. Now can you see my screen?
हाँ जी सर
So lyo means liquid and philic means attraction. If there is a attraction between the dispersed phase and the dispersion medium, as soon as we dissolve the dispersed phase in dispersion medium, they get dissolved. That is called as lyophilic. And if we have to apply some special method to dissolve it, it is called as lyophobic colloids. It is called as
हाँ जी
lyophobic colloids. Right?
यस सर
So depending upon nature of interaction between a dispersed phase and dispersion medium, we have classified these colloidal solution into two categories. One is called lyophilic and second is called lyophobic. Thus philic means attraction, means solvent loving. Dispersed phase has attraction. So colloidal solutions are directly formed by mixing the substances like gum, gelatin, starch, rubber with got it?
यस सर
Any doubt in it?
नो सर
If the dispersion medium is water, then the colloidal solution is called as a lyophilic colloid, hydrophilic.
यस सर
These colloidal salts are reversible in nature. Reversible means we can separate again the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. Dispersion medium is separated from the dispersed phase. The salt can be reconstituted by simply remixing with the dispersion medium.
हाँ जी
These salts are quite stable and are not easily coagulated.
हाँ जी
Now, second type is lyophobic. Phobic means something hatred, something repulsion between the dispersed phase and dispersion medium. There is repulsion between dispersed phase and dispersion medium. So they can be prepared by some special methods by mixing substances like metal sulfide with the dispersion medium. Right?
हाँ जी
If the dispersion medium is water, then the colloid is called hydrophobic.
हाँ जी
These salts are readily precipitated and coagulated on the amount of the on the addition of small amount of electrolyte. Later on, I will discuss about how the coagulation is done the same way. So they are not stable.
हाँ जी.
These sols are irreversible. Once they are formed, we cannot get it back.
हाँ जी.
So what is the difference between reversible and irreversible sol? Reversible sol are those which can be reconstituted by the simple remixing with a dispersion medium. Irreversible cannot be reconstituted by remixing. Right?
हाँ जी.
Now, answer this question. Lawophobic colloids are
B.
right. The sol which can be reconstituted by simply remixing with the dispersion medium is called
A.
right. Now, another way of classification is multimolecular, macromolecular, and associated colloids.
हाँ जी.
So, depending upon the type of the particle, dispersed phase and the colloid, they're classified into three categories now. Multimolecular. If the particle size is very, very less than that of the range, minimum range, 10 minus 10, less than 1 nanometer, then these particles aggregate together. Like you can see, I'm showing here.
हाँ जी.
They aggregate together to come in the colloidal range.
Yes, sir.
Just like the gold particles are there, they're very, very small in size, right? But these particles aggregate together. Sol particle, sulfur is very, very small in size. Sulfur S8 molecule are very small, but they aggregate together to come in the colloidal range.
हाँ जी.
Macromolecule particle have already in the range of colloidal range. Right? So
हाँ जी.
naturally occurring macromolecules are macromolecular colloids. Like we have a starch, we can have cellulose, we can have proteins, we can have enzymes. So their particle size are already in the range of colloidal range. No need to aggregate. They are called as a macromolecule. Some man-made molecules are also there, like we have polythene, nylon, polystyrene, synthetic rubber. And now I'm going to talk about the associated colloids.
Yes, sir.
Associated colloids, what are these? Some substances at low concentration behave like electrolyte. What is electrolyte? You tell me.
सर जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंडक्ट करता है सॉल्यूशंस
Hmm.
जो इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंडक्ट करते हैं
The substance which does not conduct electricity in the solid state, but conduct in molten or aqueous state. That is called as
aqueous.
right. That is called electrolyte.
Yes, sir.
But at high concentration, they exhibit colloidal behavior due to formation of aggregates.
हाँ जी.
Right. That is called as a associated colloid. The aggregate thus formed are called micelles or associated colloids.
Yes, sir.
Surface active agents, soap and detergent belong to this category.
हाँ जी.
Right. So let's understand a little bit more in detail about this. What is soap? Can you tell me? What is soap?
So, sir, वो
Soap
Salts
is
of fatty
sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid. This
Okay.
R is a long chain, like C17H35, or even longer than that. When it dissolves in water, it simply gives ions. It simply behaves like an electrolyte.
हाँ जी.
But when you keep on dissolving this soap in water, there is a minimum certain concentration. We call it the critical micellization concentration. They aggregate together and form they form a colloid. This is a long chain of carbon atom. At the end, we have this one, CO negative. This part is polar, or we can say it's a hydrophilic. And this part is hydrophobic. Hydrophobic means repelled by the water. Right? Hydrophilic and hydrophobic. So when dissolved in water, they aggregate together in such a way that all the polar end towards the water and non-polar end away from water.
हाँ जी.
And this is called as a micelle. Is that clear? Two things must be there.
Yes.
Number one, CMC must be achieved. What is CMC? Critical micellization concentration. Below this concentration, the micellization will not take place. And number two, the micellization takes place above Kraft temperature.
हाँ जी.
So there must be some temperature.
Yes, sir.
Is that clear till now? Any doubt?
हाँ जी. No, sir.
So on dilution, the colloids revert back to the individual electrolytes. Right? Now, for soap, the CMC is 10 to the minus 3 to 10 to the minus 3 moles per liter concentration. 10 to the power minus 4 to 10 to the power minus 3 moles per liter.
हाँ जी.
Micelles of soap may contain as many as 100 or more normal molecules. Micelles may contain 100 or more normal molecules.
हाँ जी.
Now, answer this question. You answer this.
A.
For soap, the critical micellization concentration is
सर ये थी second.
yeah. Understood this topic?
हाँ जी.
Now let's understand the mechanism of micelle formation. Number one, I had told you that soap is sodium or potassium salt of higher fatty acid, which we can represent like this. Sodium stearate, a major component. R is a long chain, and CONA like this, long chain of carbon atom. When it dissolves in water, the dissociation takes place and we get we get ions only.
हाँ जी.
And when the concentration increases and come to the CFC, the CMC, critical micellation concentration, the non-polar part aggregates on the same side and hydrophilic part on the same side, and so they form a spherical structure. That spherical structure is called as a micelle.
हाँ जी.
Like this. When they dissolve in water, they align themselves. You can see that the non-polar on the same side and polar outside. This spherical structure is called as a micelle formation. You got it now?
हाँ जी सर.
So COO negative ion part remain outside the sphere and the long chain carbon atom away from.
हाँ जी
And this is called as the ionic micelle. Okay. Similarly, sodium lauryl sulfate, the polar group, is SO3 negative ion along with the long chain of carbon atom. Same type of micelle formation takes place. This sodium lauryl sulfate is a part of our toothpaste. Okay,
हाँ जी
sodium lauryl sulfate is a part of toothpaste. Now, cleansing action of soap. Suppose our hands are having some grease, and if it's washed with soap, then how our hands get cleaned. Reason how? Let's understand the mechanism of it. The cleansing action soap is due to the fact that soap molecule form micelle around the oil droplet. Got it now?
हाँ जी
Around the oil droplet, they form the micelle. Like this. This is a grease stain. Soap come. The hydrophobic part goes inside the grease, like this. And now, since the polar group can interact with the water, and oil droplets surrounded by the steated are now pulled into the water, that remove the surface. Like this, the oil comes out. Micelle formation. The negatively charged sheath around the globule prevent them from coming together and forming aggregate. Means so many large particles are formed, but they will never come closer. They will keep on repelling each other. Thus, soap helps in the emulsification and washing away the oil and fats. Okay,
हाँ जी
understood, or should I repeat?
नहीं सर समझ गए
Okay. Now, work upon this question.
ए
Good. Now, our next topic, write down preparation of colors. How to prepare.
हाँ जी सर
Number one is the chemical method. By the double decomposition, oxidation, reduction, or hydrolysis, we have different methods.
हाँ जी
Number one method is double decomposition. So, a solution of arsenic sulfide is prepared by passing hydrogen sulfide into cold solution of arsenic oxide. See here how we're doing it. AB combines CD, both of these will undergo decomposition, rearrange and form AD and 3B. This is called a double decomposition.
हाँ जी
Right? Similarly, here arsenic oxide is there and we are adding H2S. They will exchange their atoms, and this is called as a double decomposition, and we get the colloidal solution of arsenic sulfide.
यस सर
Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Second method is oxidation. Oxidation means addition of oxygen, right? Or loss of electron or increase in oxidation number. That
Yes,
is
sir.
called as oxidation. So a soul of sulfur is produced by passing hydrogen sulfide into solution of sulfur dioxide.
Yes, sir.
Like this, SO2 plus H2S, and we get here sulfur plus water. So you can see sulfur oxidation number increases from -2 to 0.
हाँ जी.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Next is reduction. Reduction means decrease in oxidation number or addition of hydrogen or decrease in oxidation number, right?
हाँ जी.
Gold sol can be obtained by treating dilute gold chloride with methanol. See this reaction? Here gold oxidation number has decreased +3 to 0.
Yes, sir.
Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Gold sol. Next, the hydrolysis means breaking of the chemical bond by the addition of water.
हाँ जी.
So, red gold sol of ferric chloride can be prepared by the hydrolysis of the ferric chloride. Like this. This is the ferric chloride, we are adding water. So, we get ferric hydroxide and HCl. And we get a colloidal solution of the ferric hydroxide.
Yes, sir.
Am I clear till
Yes,
now?
sir.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Now, red gold sol of ferric hydroxide can be obtained by
Hydrolysis.
hydrolysis. Good. Gold sol can be obtained by sulfur sol.
ये
Sulfur sol.
double decomposition.
As well as oxidation, both.
Okay.
Now we have some method where chemical change will not be there. physically we can do it. One of the method is called as the electrical disintegration, also called as the Briggs arc method. In this method, we make colloidal solution of metals, right?
Yes, sir.
You understand the word? This process involves dispersion as well as condensation. Dispersion means particles are dispersed in a continuous phase of different composition or state. Condensation means the physical state of matter from gas into the liquid phase.
Yes.
Colloidal soul of metals such as gold, silver, platinum, these are prepared by this method known as the Briggs arc method. Now let us understand what is the Briggs arc method. Here we have a beaker inside a beaker. Outside we have a ice bath. Inside we have a dispersion medium. And these are the two electrodes of the metal. The metal of the same metal जिसका हमें colloidal solution बनाना है. These are connected with a high voltage battery. An electric arc is struck between the electrode. When we provide the current, a large amount of heat is liberated. This heat melts and evaporates the metal. Evaporates, vaporization. Vaporized metal then condensed to form the particles of the colloidal range. This is called as a Briggs arc method. Got it? Or should I repeat?
Understood, sir.
Now, next method is peptidation. Peptidation means conversion of the PPT into colloidal state by shaking it with dispersion medium in the presence of small amount of electrolyte. Let's understand the meaning of all this. Wait. In this test tube, for example, we have here ferric sulfate. And now we are adding ammonium hydroxide. A reaction takes place. And this ammonium hydroxide combines with it and forms ferric hydroxide and ammonium sulfate.
Yes.
This gives brown color PPT. This gives brown color precipitate. These precipitates are formed. Is that clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, if we add here freshly prepared ferric chloride solution, this brown color colloidal parts, this PPT will dissolve to form the colloidal particles. How? Here we have ferric hydroxide molecule. In the precipitate, we have a large number of ferric hydroxide. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir. Sir, just give me a minute.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, we have added here two things. One is the ferric ion, other is the chloride ion. Whichever is common between the two, that will be adsorbed. I'm using a word adsorbed. Ferric ion is common. So on this one molecule of ferric hydroxide, large number of ferric ions will be adsorbed.
हाँ जी.
Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Now these particles will be repelling each other or attracting each other? This and this particle will be repelling or attracting?
Repel.
Repelling. So this PPT will be now separated. I mean, all the PPT particles will get separated. And this is called as a peptidation. That's a conversion of the precipitate into the colloidal solution by the addition of suitable electrolyte. It is called as
हाँ
a
जी.
peptidation.
Yes, sir.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
So I say it may be defined as the process of converting a precipitate into colloidal state by shaking it with dispersion medium in the presence of small amount of electrolyte.
हाँ जी.
The electrolyte used for this purpose is called as a peptizing agent.
Yes.
This method is applied generally to convert a freshly prepared precipitate into colloidal solution. Okay.
हाँ जी.
So peptidation, it's a precipitate. Now we're adding electrolyte. What will happen? Development of positive or negative charge on the PPT, which breaks up into smaller particle, and we get the colloidal particle.
हाँ जी.
Electrical disintegration involves what?
Condensation. Both.
Good. The process of converting a PPT into colloidal sol is called
Peptidation. Peptidation.
yeah. Now, once we are getting the colloidal solution, how to purify it? We have got the colloidal solution, but now how to purify it? Colloidal solution, when prepared, they contain excessive amount of electrolytes with some other soluble impurities. So those are to be removed.
हाँ जी
So while the presence of the traces of electrolyte is essential, but large quantity coagulate it. If they are present in less quantity, that makes them stable. But if they're present in large quantity, they can coagulate it. Right?
हाँ
So
जी
it's better to remove it.
हाँ जी
It is therefore necessary to reduce the concentration to the soluble impurities to a requisite minimum. Right?
हाँ जी
So the process used for reducing the amount of impurities to a requisite minimum is known as a purification of the colloidal solution. So we are decreasing to some minimum level.
हाँ जी
The purification of colloid is carried out by the many methods. I will discuss all these methods one by one.
हाँ जी
Number one method is a dialysis. It's a process of removing dissolved substance from the colloidal solution by the diffusion through a semi-permeable membrane. That is called as a diffusion. That is called as a dialysis.
yes sir
Okay. So diffusion is a net movement of the substance from the region of high concentration to
हाँ जी
low concentration. Understood? Now, what is this membrane? It may be made up of animal membrane, bladder, or parchment paper or cellophane sheet. Anything.
yes sir
So it's a selective barrier which allows the movement of the ions and small molecules but does not allow the colloidal particle to pass through it. Okay. So let us now understand that working mechanism. This is a container which contain colloidal particle, big one, green one, and the electrolyte, small one, blue one. And this is the membrane known as a dialysing membrane. A bag of suitable membrane containing the colloidal particle is suspended in a vessel. This is sole particle, this is a crystalloid, that is the impurity, and here we have water. So what will happen, as the water is continuously flowing, the ion diffuse through the membrane into the water and pure colloidal solution is left behind the bag. Am I clear?
हाँ जी
Like this, you can see the colloidal particles have gone.
yes sir
This is called as a dialysis. And now electrodialysis. Ordinary, the process of dialysis is quite slow, but it can be made fast by applying electric field if dissolved substance of the impurity is the only one electrolyte. The process is named as the electrolysis.
हाँ जी
Now let us understand the mechanism now. I would think diagram is same. Only one difference I will create here is, here I applied the electric field, negative and positive. The electrolyte
yes sir
will come out and move in the electric in the electric field. Got it? See
हाँ
here,
जी
electrodes are placed in the compartment. The ions present in the colloidal solution migrate out to the oppositively charged electrodes, like this.
हाँ जी
This is called as electrodialysis.
yes sir
The process of removing a dissolved substance by means of diffusion is called as,
dialysis
yeah. The process of dialysis can be made faster by applying
electric field
electric field. Yeah. Okay.
yes sir
Now ultrafiltration. One, we use a simple filtering paper. If the pore size is very small, that it does not allow the colloidal particle to pass through it, only the electrolyte can pass through it, then we call it say ultrafiltration, right?
yes sir
So this is this is ordinary filter paper. Both of these can pass through it, right? Both of these can pass through it. But if we have a pore size less, right? How can we decrease the pore size? By dipping it in the collodion solution. What is collodion solution? It is a 4% solution of nitrocellulose in a mixture of alcohol and ether. The pore size will decrease, and in such case what will happen, only the crystalloid particle can pass through it, but not the colloid particles.
yes sir
Right. So it is further hardened by passing to the formaldehyde. Understood?
yes sir
Like this. Now only the crystalloid particle can pass through it, and we can increase its speed by applying the gas pressure. Okay.
हाँ जी
Now, ultrafiltration is carried by
specially prepared filter